What's up, everyone? This is your favorite billionaire Ben back at it again, and welcome to Holy Stream. Get started. 2 minutes. Let's go. Share this video. You know.
I follow God, so he gon' use me. I got my Bible, I don't need a tool. And I know the truth, no, you cannot fool me. That will be telling lies, we expose them. Tryna not like, we know that he chose us. Gotta live right, can't go back to the old dog. Gotta live right, we gotta stay focused. Devil tryna hold me up for the ransom. But I'm free in the church and I'm dancing. God said it's free, yeah, that's the anthem. When I get to heaven, I got me a mansion. I wanna make sure that you get to heaven. I don't want none of you to get left. You gotta fear the Lord with reverence. On his name, you better put respect. You better put respect on Jesus' name. And counting his love, we never been the same. And now with my brother, we putting it vain. It's a narrow path, gotta stay in our lane. I tried on my own, but I couldn't change. Everything changed when we call his name. I tried on my own, but I couldn't change. And everything changed when we call his name. Keep breaking them chains, breaking bad habits. I'm done with the streets, brody, you can have it. He offered peace, love, just a man. Was lost in this world, man, it was tragic. We were searching for peace in the streets, we was looking for love, but them drugs had us chained up. He gave his peace and love from above, and his love really changed us. Read my Bible, stand in the word. Stand on the rock, foundation firm. Practice what you preach and do what you learn. You say he ain't real, that's not what I heard. That's not what I heard, that's not what I seen. Keep it 100, I keep it a beam. God is real, look at me. Oh, God is real, man, look at me. Devil be mad, but he can't move me. I follow God, so he gon' use me. I got my Bible, I don't need a tool. And I know the truth, no, you cannot fool me. Devil be telling lies, we expose them. Tryna not like, we know that he chose us. Gotta live right, can't go back to the old dog. Gotta live right, we gotta stay focused. I don't even care, we gon' step in the church and we telling them get out that street life. I ain't even joking, I was just smoking. Every night I couldn't sleep.
Share this video, man. Share it, share it, share it. Share it. Share it. Share it. Welcome to Holy Stream, Chapter 3 on tonight. It's your first time on, welcome. Have you subscribed to the YouTube channel yet? Have you? If you haven't, like, what are you waiting on? Like, click the link in the actual chat. Click the link in the chat. And when you click that link, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for sure. And after you hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and tag a friend and do all of that good stuff for the channel. But yeah, welcome to Holy Stream. It's good to see you all. Tonight we are going to talk about a real dope topic on tonight, and the topic is, yeah, it's just gonna be real good. that's all I can really say. It's gonna be a real good topic. But more importantly, again, let me go ahead and drop this link inside of the chat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I don't have that much time, because there's only so many hours I can really do. So there it is, boom, there it is. So make sure you go ahead and hit that link, subscribe, and then yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this thing started. So thank you all so much. You've been tuning in lately. It's been really cool. I can't even, man, I can't even like describe the gratitude that I do have with this. It's been like nothing I've ever experienced recently. So let me do a quick sound check. Okay, yeah. All right, so we good. So sound check is good. Make sure the volume is up, so we're good. Boom. Make sure the volume is up. Okay, volume is on max. All right, so tonight we are going to talk about a really big if you haven't seen the post I put up earlier, you can go back and check it out. But tonight, man, let me move the mic out the way. The topic is for the love of money. This was actually a title that, again, I've been sitting on since last year. So this topic is going to be good. So make sure you get your seatbelt, strap in, take notes. Again, click that link, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. So tonight, for the love of money. Simple as that. For the love of money. They got a lot of songs about it. I remember Bone Thugs and Harmony made a song. You know, you got the OJs who made their song, the Almighty Dollar. You know, it's just so many things concerning money. But I think after tonight, I'm gonna try to be real brief. We're gonna really dive into it just as quick as possible, but we're gonna tie it in as well, because I think love is a very, very big word concerning the scripture, but money is also. It really is, and I'm gonna go over actual scripture that I believe is very controversial, but at the same time, it's been misinterpreted, been misused, and there's just been a lot of confusion around it. But my goal is to give me the wisdom and knowledge and words, to where this is something that you can pass on to people later on in the future, and something that you can live by maybe as a principle as well. Well, not maybe, but it is. But you see me look down like I know, so lock in. Let's go ahead and get started as well. So it's two scriptures that I'm going to refer to. The first one is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. And then 1 Timothy chapter 6, 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. All right, so we're going to put those two together. And both of these actual scriptures were written by the Apostle Paul. And if you don't know a lot about Paul, I suggest you read the book of Acts. It's going to give you a completely different perspective about everything. So I'm gonna be honest, I never dived into Acts as much as I am now, but I'm in it like crazy. So, and it just made Romans a whole lot more palatable for me, because I'm like, dang, like it makes sense why Paul wrote the letters that he wrote to the churches. So let's talk about it. So we live in a time where money has been the construct for everything, right? Good or evil. Money has been the measure of respect that goes into relationships, love, parenting, family, friendships, marriage, and even lifestyle. Like the world has fallen to a place where without it, you are no one, but with it, you are someone. That's what the world has really come to. Without money, you are nobody. But if you have money, you are somebody. That's really what it is. And it doesn't matter how frugal you try to live, how dressed down you try to be. And it's a thing to where people say rich people are flashy, wealthy people are not flashy. That's kind of a misconception. It's just that you're not in the same circles as wealthy people. Yeah, wealthy people may not wear heavy logo based stuff. You won't see a big Louis Vuitton print shirt or scarf. You won't see a Louis Vuitton hat or anything like that, or a Gucci hat or a Gucci belt or anything like that, a watch or whatever. However, you will see a $300,000 Richard Mille, or we say a Richard Mille, on their wrist. You will see a AP Panda on their wrist that's worth $80,000. You will see them with a yacht that's worth $70 million. But because you don't go in areas where there are yachts, which is only exclusive places, you will never know that. You don't go to country clubs where you see people have on Louis Vuitton golf shoes or Gucci golf shoes, or when they pull up to the country club, they're pulling up in Bugattis, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces. But again, because you're not at a country club, you think that is the status symbol for how wealth or riches is supposed to look. But the thing is that it's not really a place of looking. That's just what society has labeled it, because they figure if you're loud, you don't have a lot of money. You're playing like you have a lot of money, but if you're not loud, you have a lot of money. And that's just not the case. People spend their money on different things that they find value in. Like some people spend more money on shoes than they do on clothes. Some people spend more money on clothes. Some people spend a lot of money on fragrances. Some people spend a lot of money on hair. Some people spend a lot of money on jewelry. But whatever it is, you have your reasons for it. But that doesn't distinguish who's wealthy and who's rich. Here's a true definition of rich and wealthy. Wealthy means the money that you make, it has to outlive the time you're here on this earth. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you can keep. I learned this from a mentor in 2019. He said, if you want to ever be wealthy, Ben, this is what you have to do. You have to live below your means. And then as time progresses, once you start making more money, you don't increase your expenses. You leave them the same. And then as time progresses, you may increase your expenses. So, for example, if it costs you $100 a day to live, right, and you live 7 days a week, and you have $1,000 and it's $100 a day, you are wealthy because the $1,000 is more than what 700, right? Because you got $300 left of out of the 1,000 because it costs you 700 to live. So you want to make it to a point to where your daily life, the amount of money that you're bringing in, overshadows and just completely knocks it out the park of how much it costs you to live on a day-to-day basis. That's what wealth really is. Your money has to outlive your life here currently on this earth. That's why the Bible refers to Solomon as one of the most wealthiest men ever, because what he was in possession of outlast him for generations. Till this day, if you take every billionaire here on this planet, none of the money will even be equivalent to what Solomon was worth. And that should tell you how much wealth he really had, and his wealth came from God. So I did a quick insert on that, but the world, again, has fallen to a place to where without money, you're no one, but with money, you are someone. To a point to where they label it in classes. You have lower class, middle class, you have upper class, right? Also to a point where without it, the risk for a great or even good quality of life is next to none. Next to none. The inflation factor really is really trying to determine how long you will have to live, or what type of internal disease like can be housed, or the type of care you can even receive, because the more money you make, the better health coverage you will receive. That's the way this world is now. Groceries are high, gas is high, but your money didn't go higher, right? Medicine higher, cost of health higher, but insurance never goes higher. It stays exactly the same, which makes your copay increase, makes your out-of-pocket costs increase. Inflation. And I'm going to give you some statistics pretty soon, which is going to blow your mind. So you want your child, right? You want your child to have the best education, but you got to increase your money. That's the way it is now. That's how big money is. But unfortunately, if you grew up where it's just one of them things where it's taboo, where you never talked about it, you will look at money as a monolith. You will literally think that it's there, but it really doesn't exist. I know I need it, but I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to be greedy. But at the same time, I need it. But my lifestyle, how I'm working, is like I'm greedy, because if I don't do anything, nothing's going to change for my life. So I'm in between a rock and a hard place, mentally and emotionally. So I don't know what to do at this point. I don't even know how to go about it, because the only way I know how to go about money is the way I was raised. And that's for everybody. If you grew up in the family where parents save money, invest money, then that's going to be your particular mindset leaving out the house. I'm not saying that some children went completely opposite and didn't follow it, but majority of them, for the ones that, as they say, do come from money, those individuals, right, their parents set a ceiling for them, which was their floor. So even though their ceiling was high, their floor was also so high to where no matter where they started, they were in a good space. Their parents put them on a credit card early, so their credit score was higher. Their parents created Roth IRAs for them. They put them on insurance policies. They created custodial accounts for them when they were early. And matter of fact, some of them put their children on payroll, because if you put your child on payroll, there is a maximum number that you can pay them per year to where you can use it as a tax break. A lot of people don't know that. So you can literally, no matter what type of business you have, if you have an LLC or higher, for a C Corp or S Corp, whatever you want to do, even if you put that into a trust, right? You can put your child on payroll up until the age, I think it's of 18, because after that you can't do no custodial accounts. But guess what? You can pay them so much money per year, and that money you can write off. A lot of people don't know that. And it's straight up cash money. You don't have to do it on payroll. You just have to claim it and then put it on your taxes that way. So, again, you want your child to have the best education, but you got to increase your money for it. There's no way around it. You want to have a better home, a better car, you got to increase your money. You have to. You can get a car, but if you want a car to where your oil changes is every 5,000 miles on the regular instead of every 3,000, you got to make more money for it. Because the car note is going to be higher, no matter what your credit is, the Cardinal's still going to be higher. Why? Because even if you got a 700 credit score, your income has to reflect it. So it's like, yeah, but your POI, your proof of income, has to match what it is, so your utilization can be good. So even though you got good credit, you still have the money to pay it off. Like lenders and underwriters, they look at that factor. So, and I'll never forget this. A quick insert. In 2014, when I had my at the Chrysler 300M Specials of 2004, I love that car. I wanted to get a Jaguar S-Type. It was beautiful. It was maroon. I mean, I had pictures of this Jag. I mean, I was putting it all over the place, all in my studio I was living in at the time. And I wanted that car so bad. I got my income tax check. I was like, man, I might as well use this as a down payment and get a freaking car. I was Googling. I was in Birmingham at the time. I went to Highway 150 Buyers. That was the name of the dealership. I don't even know if they still open. But a guy named, and he was from Louisiana, a guy named Mr. Burns. His family was from Opelousas, where I'm from. He literally made sure I left that car lot with a car. But when he looked at my income, he said it has nothing to do with the amount of money that you're putting for a down payment. When I send this money out to lenders, they're looking at your POI, your proof of income. If you can prove without a shadow of a doubt that you can afford the maintenance on this car, they'll go ahead and they will literally finance you. They'll finance you. You say, but if your money doesn't reflect that you can even keep up with brake changes or oil changes, they're not going to approve you for it, because basically they're going to waste money, because they're going to look at it like your money is only going to be set to pay the car note or to put maintenance on the car. You don't make enough to do both. And that's the thing, because now when it comes to money, like, the only way to get it is if you increase it. That's the only way, right? You want to put sports for your kids? Increase your money. Better quality of clothing? Increase your money. Better food, right? Increase your money. Fun activities? Increase your money. You want to help your family. You want to help grandchildren, nieces and nephews, sister, brother, whoever. You got to increase your money to do it. You have to. You want to provide for your household? Increase your money. You want better dental health or life insurance? Increase your money. You want to get in shape? Increase your money. You want to get out of shape? Guess what? Increase your money. That's the way the world is now. That's the way the world is. Now, the question may be, how do I differentiate between I want more money to I want to be rich, wealthy, but also I want to be rich or wealthy, but I want to do it, but I don't want to feel guilty or greedy about it. Any of you felt that way? Like, you want to start a business, but the problem is, you know that people that you love won't support you. So you're stuck on that. Like, you're stuck on, I can't do this because I know people that I love won't share it. They're going to say it's a scam. They're going to look at it as like, oh, somebody tried it already, it didn't work for them. But you love them, but they still don't get it. Like, they still won't support it. Now, if the shoe's on the other foot, you wearing their t-shirts, you supporting their brand, like you doing everything for them. But for some reason, when it comes to you, they don't support you as well as you would like for them to do, and you use that as a crutch to not do anything else about it. So you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, but because the people that you grew up with never talked about it or looked at it as if it's impossible, you got to be of a certain race in order to live this life or drive this type of car, or you had to make it the illegal way in order for you to have it, then you would never think that it's possible for you to even obtain it. You would never even think that. So I'm saying this because I want you to all stop feeling guilty about it. I want you to stop feeling guilty about it. Because money is a big deal. People are killing for it. They're stressing over it. They are dying, literally, trying to get it. Remember the movie Get Rich or Die Trying? Like, they're dying trying to get money. They're working themselves, like, out of their minds. Last summer, a gentleman working for the post office, about maybe 3 to 6 months left to retire, he died of a heat stroke in his 60s, delivering mail. Out here in Texas, died of a heat stroke because he literally was just working hard. Some of us are working 2 to 3 jobs. And some of you not only are doing that, you got multiple side hustles just to get by. multiple side hustles just to get by. You go in to work when it's dark, you come back home when it's dark. Why? Why do we do that? Because everything costs. Nothing is free. Everything costs. But then again, you say to yourself, I want to help my family, but at the same time, I want to help the poor people that I see out, or people that's calling me that's in dire strains, or having this, or having to be in a bad situation. However, I can't help them because I don't make enough. I can't. It's like, I want to work harder, but I'm exhausted, right? Because it's only me. Like, I'm the only person that's bringing in those. So I want to work harder, but it's exhausting right now. Or my personal favorite, you work so hard to where the moment the money hits your account, it's already gone. How many of you can testify for that? The money is gone the moment direct deposit hit. It's either being hit by auto pay or overdraft fees, because you literally got so good at moving things around to make it work. I can't pay the whole bill, but I can pay half of it, right? But you're working 2, 3, 4 other jobs plus multiple side hustles just to get by, because your kids got to go to sports. Your kids got to be in extracurricular activities. You want to live your lifestyle as well. You want to live to a place to where it's a great place of health mentally as well. You want to eat the right foods, but a lot of these foods are killing us for real. So you're trying to shop at the right place and get chicken, but the chicken looks so bad, you're like, I don't even want to risk it trying to eat it for real. Come on, man, let's be honest. You want to shop at Whole Foods, but they want your whole check. Let's be honest. You want to shop at Whole Foods, but they want your whole salary, right? You go to the grocery store, you spend $60, you leave out with 3 bags. Just about 5-6 years ago, you spent $60, you left out with a cart full of stuff. Nah, not no more. Not no more. $200 will leave you with a cart full of stuff. It's sad. It like that's the times that we are in. So how do I want to make more but not feel guilty, but at the same time I'm struggling at the same time, right? So God, like, how? And even for you individuals that do make a lot of money, but you're working so many hours, you don't even have time to spend it. You don't have time to spend it. You work so much, you shop online for all of your stuff. You shop online for all of your stuff because you don't even have time to enjoy it. You bought 6 pair of shoes, but you can't even wear them because you always at work. You buy all the latest and greatest stuff, and the only reason why you're buying this is because you're seeing it on your social media feed. Like, oh, that's cool. I want to get those. But when you get back, you're exhausted. You fall asleep in your work clothes. You working 5. No, not 5. Excuse me. You working 8 days a week, and there's only 7. Your days are falling on each other so much you don't even know what day of the week it is. You don't even know. Then when it's time for you to get off, you have family to tend to. So how do you even go about that? How do you compartmentalize that? How do you factor in the moment that I have to live a life that is very intuitive to what I want my family to live by, right? You know, you don't want your family to struggle. You don't want your family to feel any of those emotions of lack. But at the same time, though, you don't even have time to do anything for yourself. You have no time. You have no time. So you don't have time to spend money because it seems like everything is going up. But guess what else is going up or not going up? Your money. Everything else is going up in price, but your money is not going up. So for people that say things like, you can make a lot of money, you just overspend. Or people say in order for you to be in a relationship, you got to be with somebody that makes 6 figures. Let me help you understand something, okay? This is not the 1990s where houses were $60,000 for a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath house. $100,000 houses were mega mansions back in the day. This is not the same. It is not the same anymore. You understand? You cannot go to school, get good grades, get a degree, and then turn around and work in this economy and expect to make a lot of money. That's not the way it works. And then people are literally trying to pivot into different arenas and different areas just so that they can live in a different life of abundance. It is hard in this time. And I'm going to go over the statistics in just a second, just so you know that you are not alone. Over here, Holy Stream, yo, we see you guys. We understand. Me personally, I understand. I know. I keep my ear to the street. I know about a lot of stuff that's going on in this financial market. Because people are on here and they're trying to make it seem like you can just work one job and be good. I'm not saying that that's not the case. But if you looked at all of the layoffs that happened from January, you would understand. You would literally understand. You got people from CEOs all the way down to people in entry-level positions that are getting laid off. And they just started the job. Like, how? And then it goes to a thing of like, okay, God, like, how do I do it? Because, like, I'm going through a situation to where you praying, you fasting, you're even tied into money. Get this. You're spending 30% in taxes every paycheck. The more money you make, W-2, the more taxes you get taken out. Not to mention, everything you buy, you pay taxes on that. You pay taxes on your rent, taxes on your mortgage, taxes on your cell phone bill, taxes on your car note, taxes on your insurance, health insurance, car insurance, life insurance. You're paying taxes on all of that. You're paying taxes on food. You're paying taxes on water. 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 Everything you pay for is tax. Then you turn around and you give 10% of that to your local church. It's not making sense. The math is not mathing. About time I get what I'm bringing in net pay, not gross, net. You live off of net. You don't live off of gross. When people say, oh, I make this amount a year. Man, how much you taking home every 2 weeks on the 1st and 15th? Please stop with this astronomical number. So when you get your income tax, man, I made $90,000 a year. You didn't make $90,000. You made the company $90,000, but you took home 69 to 70. That's what you took home. You didn't take home $90,000 unless you switched your tax file, your W-4 to exempt. But now you got to pay taxes at the end of the year, or you got to make sure that you have a bunch of write-offs to write off all of the stuff you got to do for taxes. Because if not, you're gonna be paying. But it's crazy because now everyone's looking for an income tax check. Nothing wrong. I look for them too as well because you pay taxes, but the income tax is not even a percentage of what you paid in taxes. How I'm making $90,000, but I paid $19,000, but my income tax check is only $1,500. So what happened to the other? Come on, let's talk about it. What happened to the other $20-some-odd thousand, right? Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to see if I can put this on. I guess I can't tag the followers in it. It's all good. I'll do it later. But anyway, how do I do that? Because the money is not mathing. It's not making sense at this point. It's not making any sense at all. So I'm praying for folks. I'm fasting. I'm tithing. And you're not hating on nobody. You even pray for people for their financial situation. And their situation gotten better. They've gotten an increase at all. But for some reason, it's like, okay, Lord, what about me? Where my situation going to change? Like, what's really going on? Because right now, it's not really, the math is not mathing. You know what I'm saying? It's not really moving the way that it should move at all. And it's just so crazy, man, because you're like, Lord, what about me? But let's look at some statistics. Y'all ready? Wrote these down. Statistics show, every number I'm giving you is as of May 19th, 2025. You ready? Here you go. 65 to 78% of Americans. Does anyone know what that number means? Ooh, it's about to get real spicy right now. 65 to 78%. You ready? Of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. I'm gonna let that sit just for like, let me see. Yep, just for a couple seconds. 65 to 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. $65 to 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Are y'all hearing this? That means out of 100 contacts in your phone, 78 people are struggling. Not getting ends meet. Struggling. I saw a post last month. Every state in the country of the United States of America, not one person on average can afford to live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. Not one. Based on the wages of what's being paid, nobody can afford it. So you got people out here making it look good on social media. And I want to say shout out to all of you. Shout out to all of you that's making it look good, even though it's not good. 65 to 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Social Security, not enough. Retirement, not enough. People are really out here straight up struggling, but nobody understands how to get out of it. How do I even pray to God on how to get out of this financial struggle or situation that I'm in? How do I do it? 65 to 78% of people are struggling paycheck to paycheck. You hear me? So when people want to date based on income, let me tell you something. You are putting yourself in a situation to where you are literally at a 0.1% chance of finding the person just because they make a certain amount of money. I'm just letting you know right now. Now, you can live below your means, but at what cost? You live in the area that's what? Infested with insects, roaches, rats? And you can't live in an area of Section 8 or whatever because it's based on your income. So now you're forced to get a higher apartment or a house depending on your credit. But if you get a house, guess what? You're held responsible for everything. Pipes burst, fences, lawn, HOA fees, appliances, all of that. All that's coming out of pocket. You get to an apartment, they want 3 to 5 times the rent of what you make. So the rent is $1,100. You got to make over $5,500 to $6,000 to live in an $1,100 a month apartment, and that's a 1-bedroom. Are you kidding me? That's what the world is. That's why 65 to 78% of people are living paycheck to paycheck, and it's not because folks are overspending. The cost of living is higher than the wages that are being paid. They are. They absolutely are. There's someone right now that is buying food with their light bill money. They're using their gas money to pay their cell phone bill. They're using their cell phone bill money to pay for daycare. They're using their daycare money to get haircuts for the kids. They're using their haircut money for the kids to buy the kids school supplies. They're using school supply money to buy clothing. They're using clothing money to buy essential things like toiletries, deodorant, lotion, shampoo, soap. It's a never-ending cycle. Never-ending cycle. 65 to 78% of people are struggling, y'all. Don't be fooled. People out here are really trying to make it look good, and they are stressed. They are tired. They are tired. And you can't just go and just apply everywhere because folks are not hiring like how you think they are. They're not. Because the businesses can't afford to do it anymore. Why do you think all these layoffs happen? Y'all didn't see the news? People are really out here struggling right now. Y'all don't see what's going on? You got people that was making anywhere from $70,000 to $80,000 to up to $300,000 to $400,000 a year. Them folks are out of a job. So now when you're in the job market, you're competing against them. People who are senior managers, senior leaders, 15, 20 years of experience, government clearance, you name it. You don't even want to sit in the same room as them for an interview. They'll eat you alive because they just have the experience. Then you got people that were in positions with no degrees, high positions. Now they're back on the market where a company is saying, yeah, you got the experience, but you don't have the degree to do it. But I got 15 years of experience. You're only requiring 5, but you don't have a degree though. And you got to have a degree in this actual market that we're asking for. That doesn't mean you can't do the job. So you sell for something and you're like, at least I'm making this, but you're still struggling. So the stress level never leaves. It's like, God, what's really going on for real? Because this is just not making sense. It's not making sense. Look at the other statistic. Let's talk about unemployment. as of today, you can Google this when you get a chance, 7.2 million people are unemployed. 7.2 million people are unemployed as of 5/19/2025. That means the average person you're seeing in the car do not have a job. 7.2 million people. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. 7.2 million people don't have a job. That's crazy. Oh, it gets better. You ready? Here we go. 2 million people filed for unemployment claims. 7.2 million unemployed. 2 million actually applied and got approved. That means that there's another 4.5 to 5 million people that either can't get unemployment or maxed them out, or probably had a little money saved and they just ain't applied yet. Like, think about it. They're not employed. It's over 4 million people here in this country that are not bringing in any sources of income. 4 million people. Don't be fooled by what you see on social media, y'all. Please don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. There are people out here that are really struggling. They are really out here robbing Peter to pay Paul. They are really out here overdrafting their account so that they can have cash on them, because they know that bill is going to overdraft their account and they have no money to cover it because the check stopped coming in. I'm telling you this because I live the life I know. I'm not going to tell you nothing I didn't personally do myself. Trust me. I can show you the screenshots to remind myself that, Lord, whenever the time comes, I will never do this ever again. It's been hard for everybody. Don't get fooled. Don't be twisted. Trust me. The company, when the bill collectors know you by name, because they know you're going to call for an extension every single month. Come on now. Come on. Nobody wants to live like that. Nobody wants their pride, I guess, in a sense, to be hurt. Nobody wants to feel like I got to do this in order for me to live a life to where I'm not as stressed. And then the inflation rate went down to 4.2%. But that's crazy because it's still 4 million plus people that are not getting income. Why do you think businesses are shutting down now? Y'all haven't looked at all of these big major corporations that's closing locations? Have y'all noticed? The only places where there are a lot of traffic is fast food. But think about it. It's like, I can't afford to buy the chicken because I'm working so many hours, so I can't cook it. But if I cook the food, I'm never there to enjoy it. But I got to make sure the kids are fed, but I'm never home because I'm working all the time. You see how there's like, it's always an imbalance because the market is set for people to not win. It's set for you to fail. It's set that way. So even though the inflation dropped, guess what? The money still didn't increase. It still did not increase at all. So let's talk about for the love of money. How does it work? What's really going on? Why is this topic so big on tonight? Why is this the most not talked about, but also the most controversial topic like ever sought off history? Money and love. The two most controversial conversations you'll ever hear about is money and love. Every podcast is about love and hate between the man and the woman and how to make money, how to flip your money. That's all you hear. There's nothing, no values. It's just about love, relationships, and money. That's it. That's all you're hearing now. But let's talk about how these two coincide. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you these two scriptures really quick. You got 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 4 through 8, which you probably heard of. And then you got 1 Timothy. I don't know why I put Corinthians there, but 1 Timothy 6:10. I'm going to read them to you, but I'm going to show you how these two here coincide. I'm going to show you how these two coincide. And then I'm going to give you ways on how to get out of this crazy rat race from a spiritual and biblical perspective so it can help you. Check this out. As you know, it says here, let me give you a different version really quick. I think I'm going to give you I'll be real quick. Give me 1 second. But 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Let's look at this really quick. Yeah, there it is. You ready? It says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. We only look at this when it comes to relationships, but we're going to look at this when it comes to money tonight. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. Oh, this is good. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. You got it. First Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Now, I'm going to talk about why Paul wrote it, but before I put that down, let's make the correlation. We talking about love is patient. Is your love for money, is it patient? Let's be honest. Are you really patient about the money that you really need and want for? Matter of fact, why do you really want the money? What is it about your increase or impatience of money that's causing God not to open the door for you because you want to use it for your own self-gain? You don't want to increase the kingdom. Let me tell you something. There are two economies. There's an earth economy and there's heaven's economy, excuse me. Heaven's economy is never broke. Ever. Never. There are people right now still becoming millionaires, even though there are 7.2 million people unemployed. Till this day. There's people right now still making 6+ figures in this market. Even though there are people right now even though there are 2 million people right now that have filed and got approved for unemployment claims. I want you to understand what I'm saying right now. Is your love for money patient? Is it? Do you think patient when it comes to money? Or you trying to do it yourself? When you have money, are you kind? Or you're extremely rude? Do you treat people kind when they have money, but when they don't have it, you don't treat them kind at all? How is your character when you're with someone who doesn't have money versus when you're with them when they do? See, God sees all of that. But you want God to increase you. Money is a tool. Money only enhances who you really are. If you selfish now, when you get money, you're going to be the worst person ever. If you a hater now without money, I hate to see you with money. You're going to be everybody's biggest op because you literally are going to make sure people will hate you. Some of you only want money so that you can stun on other people. For what? For what? I don't want you to get the Rolls Royce to show people that you can get a Rolls Royce. I want you to get it because that's what you want. But why do you want it? Because if everything is on earth as it is in heaven, according to Matthew chapter 4 and chapter 5, then what is it about here on earth that's not connecting in your life that's already in heaven? There's a disconnect somewhere. My question to you is, are you kind with money? Is your love for money kind? Is it really? It says money does not envy. Love does not envy. Why are you envious of people who have more money than you? Why? It does not boast. It does not boast. Why are you boastful when you have money? Why are you boastful? Why are you spread game? Why are you spreading it all? Why are you spreading it all on social media? Why are you boastful when you have it? It is not proud. Why are you walking around with your nose up because you got more money this year than you did last year? Why do you do that? For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Envy is not good. That's evil. Why are you partaking in that? It says love don't do that. Because how does it say love is patient? But on the other hand, it says for the love of money is the root of this. So there's a disconnect somewhere. It has to be, because in some form or fashion, when it comes to money, your love is not patient. Your love does not, it is not kind at all. You are the rudest when you don't have money. You got attitudes. You walk around here and act like the world's about to end because you ain't got no money. Like, you don't celebrate nobody at all. Oh, that's good for you. I'm happy for you. No, you're not. You're not happy. Stop lying. You're not happy at all. Let's be honest. You're not happy. Right? You prideful. It says love is not proud, but you full of pride. You cannot humble yourself, but God is trying to humble you. He's humbling you. Because there's something about this principle to where when God gives you something, you have to learn how to manage it. If you mismanage what God gives you, He's going to take it from you. Because whatever God gives you, it is not for you. It's for the kingdom to move righteously through you in reference to being covered by the spirit realm. So what you don't do, somebody else gonna come by and do it. That don't just apply in relationships. That's just the kingdom of God, period. Period. It's gonna work. If you work hard to build your neighborhood in your city, and God is literally building you up to learn how to handle all of the mechanics, and you just abort the mission, no worries. He's gonna get somebody else to do it. He absolutely will. He absolutely will. If you want to know what I'm talking about, read the book of Esther. That should prove it to you right there. Vashti got kicked out. Esther came right in. And Esther was able to do stuff that Vashti wasn't even close to doing. Close to it. Not even close. But look what else. It's not self-seeking. How many of you get real self-seeking when you got money? It's all about you. You. Now that you have some money now, huh? God sees that. Love is not easily angered. You get a real big attitude when you can't pay your bill the way you want to. God is like, I want to see how you act when you have it and when you don't have it. So when you do have it, you'll know, you will literally change the way that you think about money. He sees that. Love is not easily angered. Why are you easily angered? Because you don't have no money. For the love of it makes you easily angered. Right? It keeps no records of wrong. Why are you living in regret? Man, I should have never done this. I should have never did this. Really? I'm reading you scripture. It does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. Why are you trying to get people fired from their jobs? Why are you trying to put a whole stop on individuals' careers? Why are you trying to do that? You know who you are. You know who you are. I don't have to say any names because I don't know your name, but you know who you are. You know it. Like you can't move like this and don't think the Lord don't see it. When it comes to money, it's a currency. It's a current. It flows. It flows. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. Last but not least, it always protects. You ain't trying to protect nobody. It always trusts. You don't even trust the Lord. You don't trust nobody else when it comes to finance. You only want to trust yourself. It always hopes. You lost hope. It always perseveres. Anytime, I saw this clip earlier talking about perseverance. Everybody want to be a leader until it's time to be a leader in the fourth quarter. Everybody say that they can lead. But the problem is a lot of people don't want to follow. You want to follow when you see the leader up. But the moment things get rougher, you're like, oh my God, you panicking. You are not fit to lead. If you're panicking in situations that causes you to be a leader, you're not fit to be a leader. You're not. You're not fit to be a leader. You're not even fit to be a good follower. You're really baggage. Just being honest with you. Because right now, you are causing the leader more stress by worrying. You're causing more stress by worrying. Don't be with the person when things go good and when they go bad, financially, you jump ship. You don't think it's possible. You don't think, man, God sees all of that. He sees it all. He sees it all. For the love of money is the roots of all kind of evil. And guess what? Love never fails. Never. Why is your love failing? Because you don't have no money. Why does your love fail? Because you don't have no money. You don't know where God gonna put you in this next season. You think because you've been in that same career for 15, 20 years that God can't pivot you and move you somewhere else? Happens all the time. Happens all the time. You know how many entrepreneurs right now that went back to working jobs? You know how many people that were actually working jobs are now entrepreneurs? Happens all the time. It's not about the money. It's where God has you in that season to serve the most. The person that serves the most earns the most. That's the way it always has been. That's the way it always will be. That's the way it always has been. So I'm saying this because be patient when it comes to money, man. Be patient. Don't love money so much to where you're just impatient. God sees that. Be patient when it comes to get money. Everybody ain't gonna make $1 million a month quick. It take people years. Yo, Colonel Sanders didn't pop off till his 70s. Go look at all of the people that you know as major billionaires. They didn't get their first start until they was in their 40s and 50s. They became billionaires in a short period of time. But it took them 40, 50 years. And here you go. You're in your 30s. You're in your early to mid 40s and you trip. You're probably in your late 40s and you tripping. Colonel Sanders didn't pop off until his 70s. Go figure.
His 70s. He been frying chicken all his life. And now, till this day, per capita, 2025, he sell more chicken than anybody. Popeyes, McDonald's. He is the KFC's name. Sell more chicken in China and Jamaica than the United States. If it wasn't for KFC, Pepsi would not be a known product. Because every major fast food restaurant, burger joint, hot dog joint, whatever, they were using Coke products. KFC was the one that launched Pepsi. Go figure. Because everybody wanted Coca-Cola. Pepsi, KFC. Go into KFC, they only carry Pepsi products. See, some of y'all didn't know that. You know the can that you use, WD-40? You know what that 40 stands for? 40 times they failed before they actually got the formula right, before someone invested in them. 40 times. Go figure. Be patient with your money, man. Be patient. Run your own race. Everybody ain't gonna make six figures fast. Everybody ain't gonna make a certain amount of money fast. Be patient with your money. Be kind with it. Don't envy anybody. Don't be boastful when you get it. Don't get it because you want to stunt or look good for somebody else to look good. It doesn't matter, because guess what? Once you wear that outfit, that jewelry one time, they ain't gonna never see it again. They ain't gonna never see it again. Don't be prideful with your money. Do not dishonor other people with your money. Don't make people feel bad because you feel like you got more than them. Don't flex on them. Don't, because God will humble you in the worst way. Don't be self-seeking. Don't make it about me, and that's it. Don't be easily angered when you don't have it. God sees that. He's looking at how you're handling moments when you don't have it versus you handling when you do have it. He sees all of that. He's everywhere. He sees everything. Trust me. And keeps no record of wrong. I know people owe you money. I know you gave money to people when you didn't have it. Don't hold no record over nobody's head, man. Don't hold it. And don't think because you gave somebody money, God gonna give you money back in return. God is not a slot machine. God is not Vegas. That's not the way it works. You think because you tithe and God gave you some money, or you gave to the poor and now God gave you 10, 50 times more. Well, I remember the days I gave. No, God is your provider. He's your provider. That has nothing to do with what you do. You're supposed to give off a GP because you're a believer. That has nothing to do with it, because God is a God of principle. But you ask God to provide for you. He's a provider. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. That has nothing to do with what you gave in the past. That's just what he's giving you in the season to see if you're going to manage it and steward it correctly. That's what it's for. But my question to you is, are you praying and asking God to help you on how to handle the season when he increase you? It sounds good, don't it? Ooh, I can't wait till I make this money. What are you going to do when you get it? Because you're going to buy everything you want first. You're going to help your family out. You're going to tithe. You're going to do whatever you got to do. But after that, then what? Because now your job is not to sit on it and save it. Your job is to double it. If you want to know, read the parable about the talents, or what Jesus talked about. You got to figure out ways for the kingdom to be advanced with it. That's what it's for. It's not just for you to have good things. That's great. But after a while, cool. I saw a clip of a guy, known celebrity. He said, man, look, your dream car going to only excite you for 2 weeks. Once you get it, that's it. You're going to be like, that's it. That's it. Because you only can drive one car at a time. That's all you can do. Unless you just have a love for cars, same thing. Even with shoes, no matter what your thing is that you love and like. Nothing wrong with that. However, be willing to steward it correctly. Just be willing to steward it correctly. Don't keep no records wrong on people that owe you money. Because is it your money or is it God money? Who gave you the money in the first place? Who opened up that door for you to even get that money? Because when you die, you can't take it with you. So why are you holding the record wrong for people that didn't pay you back? I've loaned people money. People have loaned me money. I'm not sitting up there holding no record of wrong. I'm like, oh, it's cool. It is what it is. I'm not been kicking the door. Man, where my money at, man? I'm like, come on. And I'm not looking at like, well, whatever they took, God will give that back to me 2-3 times more. Says who? That's not scripture. That's not what he gonna do. Like, come on. Like, no. You gave that money to them because you felt the need to give it to them because they asked you for it, and you was generous in your heart to give it to them and be done with it at that. Because anything else outside of that, that's not love, because it holds no record of wrong. It does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. That's it. Somebody tell you, oh man, I'm hungry. Can you give me some money? No, I ain't gonna give it to you because all you're gonna do is smoke it and drink it up. They ask you for money, just give it to them. I'd rather give my money to so-and-so. So you want to be in that much control. I know you was raised that way. I was taught some of that stuff too, but nah, because it's not yours. All you're going to do is spend it on the same stuff that they wanted it for, food, gas, clothes, whatever. And no matter what they do with their money, God don't look at you about what you do with your money when you're direct deposit it, does he? Does he say, you see, you're going to buy them same Jordans that you bought last year and you still ain't wore those in yet? Let's be honest. You bought those same ice Carolina Blue 11s in 2021 and you still ain't wore those thoroughly. You got 5 of the same pair of shoes in your closet. For what? Oh, I'm just collecting them. But you're not materialistic. Why you need 5 of the same pair of shoes? Why? For what? You only got 2 feet. Why are you buying the same shoe, the same color? But it's different. It's the same shoe. Now China exposed it. Guess what? Your shoe only costs $20. And Nike charging you $225, $250 for it. like what are we talking about here? That's why the scripture says that, man, like, love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Trust the Lord with your money. Hope that God is going to increase you more. And then persevere when the season hit when you don't have it. Major shout out to everyone else that's persevering right now when they don't have it. It's rough. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Because people are really out here really trying to live right. They are. Now, the question is, but why would Paul say this in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10? He said, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, for which some have strayed from the faith in their greediness because of it, and pierced themselves through many sorrows. People died over money. People killed themselves because they didn't have enough money. People killed others for money. But why is the case? Y'all, guess what I found out? Y'all ain't going to believe this. Y'all are not going to believe this. Please share this video. You're not going to believe why Paul said in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. People say, what did they really say? They say money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. Not money. Because if you're saying money is the root of all evil, it's not. Paul said for the love of money is the root of all evil. Guess why? Y'all ready? Here you go. You do know that the word money is translated, right? Money is English. But money comes from, you ready? From a word called moneta. You don't know who moneta is? Moneta is a Roman Greek god that means money. That's why Paul said, for the love of money is the root of all evil. He was referring to the gods that they were actually praying to for money. It's a god called Juno Moneta. Look it up whenever you get some time. It's a whole god in Roman mythology where money was being created and minted. They did it in the temple of Moneta. That's why Paul said, for the love of money is the root of all evil. When you read Acts all the way up, when you go through like Ephesians, you will see how the Romans was trying to kill Paul. You will see it. I'm reading it right now currently, and it's blowing my mind. Because the Pharisees were literally going to the Romans to say, you need to kill him. He talking about this Jesus guy came and resurrected from the dead and all this other stuff. And Paul said, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Money means moneta. Literally translated from Greek to Latin. Moneta. Juno Moneta is a Roman Greek god that the Romans made their money in the temple of. That's why Paul said, for the love of it is the root of all evil. Because they were worshiping an idol for money. They were making money in the temple of an idol. That's why Jesus said, what coin is this? To say it's a denarius. Who's on the face of it? Say Caesar. You say, well, whatever you give to God, give to God. Whatever you give to Caesar, give it to Caesar. Make sense? That's why. Took me 39 years to know that. That the whole time Paul was saying, for the love of this is the roots of all kinds of evil, because you're worshiping a deity, a whole idol. A whole idol. A whole idol. That is where Romans money was created and established, i.e. minted. M-I-N-T-E-D. They call it a mint. Yeah. It's a whole god. So people were loving this stuff because they was worshiping the God. They was worshiping it the whole time. That's why when Paul went in the book of Acts, they wanted to stone him and kill him because he's going against all of that. He said, you don't need that, my brothers. The true God is Jesus. It's not this. It's not this. That's why he wrote in Corinthians, for love is patient, love is kind. He broke it, and then he turned around and said this later on, like, for the love of this is the root of all evil. Because he know when I'm telling you, being patient and being kind, don't envy, don't boast, that's what the people who are worshiping that idol, Moneta, was really about. So Paul gave you the Christ way to do it. Revelation for you, right? Revelation. Now, how? What are the ways to where I don't fall to this anymore? God, I wanted to stay for 50 minutes, but I'm right under an hour, but it's all good. What are the ways? What are the ways that I don't have to fall to this same situation to where I'm going through this ever again? What do I need to do in order for me to increase my finances? What do I need to do? Because everybody like, I just get another job, a second, third job, not helping you, bro. It's not helping you, sis. You're still exhausted. You're still tired. That don't make sense. Because you got 2 jobs and you got 3 side hustles. You're babysitting. You're doing hair. You cutting grass. You're doing multiple things, and the ends are still not being met. 65 to 78% of Americans, that's including people with side hustles, living paycheck to paycheck. Without that side hustle, you don't pay now one bill on time. None. Some of you couponing. You're doing what you have to do to figure out ways to make money. You're doing it. You're still doing it, right? But how though? Like, how do I do this from a perspective biblically so I'm not all over the place? I got you covered. Number 1, you got to have faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Hebrews 11:1. Evidence of things not seen. Hope. Hope is what you need. Love, it always hopes, always protects, always perseveres. You got to have hope. You have to have hope. What you say about money is everything. Because money is a currency. It's a spiritual currency. It really is. It says, wow, I drew a brain fog. Excuse me. It says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. You don't see the money, but you got to know it's coming. You got to know it's there. You have to. Because if you don't, you will literally think that it's impossible for you to even get to that another level when it comes to money. You got to have faith. Yeah, I have faith, but how though? Proverbs chapter 3, 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. When God said He's going to do it, He's going to do it. You can't question the Lord at all. But when God questions you for something, you think He's wrong. No, like, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not onto your own understanding. But in all your ways, that means everything financially for you, you acknowledge God and He will direct your path on how to do everything else. You can, listen, you can fail 99 times and that one time, bam, that's it. All it takes is one shot. It don't take 98, 50. Look, WD-40. The 40 in WD, that 40 stands for 40 times they failed until they finally hit. 40 times. It's a reason for that. So be persistent. But you got to trust in the Lord with all your heart. And with the whole purpose of lean not on your own understanding, you know what that means? Even when it don't make sense, you still got to trust in God. And that's hard. Because you're so used to doing it by yourself and being in control, you got to let that control go. You have to do it financially. You have to. Number 1 is faith. Number 2, declarations. You got to decree and declare these things over your finances. I'm gonna give you 3 scriptures really quick. Whenever you get time, read them fully. I'm not gonna read them fully to you, but I'm gonna give them to you. So please make sure you write them down. Psalms 23, Psalms 34, and Psalms 103. Declare these 3 over your life every single day, and watch what God gonna do. I'm not saying just say it because I said it, but you didn't believe it in your heart. You didn't declare it. The enemy knows when you have faith and when you don't have faith. Say it with your heart. He's going to know the difference. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable at first. Yes, it's not going to make any sense. Of course it's not, because your brain is not wired to think anything less than what you currently are in survival mode for. Your brain is not wired to think abundantly, exceedingly abundantly above all you can ever ask or think that God is going to give you or bless you with. Your mind is not trained for that yet, because you've been so much in survival mode to where you got robbing Peter to pay Paul. You don't look at anything else other than that. It's not that it's not happening. It's that you are in agreement with it. You got to get out of agreement with the situation. There is not one situation that you're in that God is not aware of. He's not. You just not aware that God's aware of it. That's all it is. You got to change the way that you think. You got to flip your perspective on it. If you invite God in on it, he will literally give you the keys to it. He'll give you the keys to it easily. Psalms 23. Look what it says. Y'all, some of y'all know Psalms 23. Y'all got it tatted on your arms, on your legs, on your back, your shoulder. But y'all have it tattooed on your body. But you don't understand what it's saying. It says, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Stop right there. You read the rest whenever you get time. I shall not want. David knew what he was right. That means I'm good. God has me on everything. He's my shepherd. If he's my shepherd, I'm the sheep. Jesus said, my sheep will know my voice. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. You have everything that God literally is going to give you. But if you're trying to play God and micromanage God and do things on the back end, man, God sees all of that financially. He sees it all. He knows exactly what it is that you need. He knows your needs. And that's why David said, I shall not want. I shall not want. Come on. Psalms 34, the second one. I will bless the Lord at all times. There's a song by that. Bless the Lord at all times. You know that song. It's an old gospel song. I will bless the Lord at all times. You ready for the rest in verse 1? This 34:1. Read the rest whenever you get time. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. You know what that means? Lord, I thank you. I don't have it this month, but Lord, I thank you. I don't know how I'm going to pay this, but Lord, I thank you. Lord, they say they're going to cut this off tomorrow. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I don't know how is it that I'm supposed to get this from my kids and me. Lord, I want my kids to have no worry about me. Lord, I thank you. You have to tell the enemy opposite of what's going on, because the enemy's there too. He the one telling you, you know this ain't going to work, right? You know this ain't going to happen, right? Who do you serve, right? Don't Joshua says, choose today on who you will serve, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. It's like whoever you listen to spiritually is who you serving. Because they both talking. You got to pick and choose who you're receiving from. Because the enemy don't care. He does not care at all. And the enemy's so slick, he'll use other people to bring in more negative. And God will let it happen. God will send one person, the enemy will send 50. You know that ain't going to work, right? You know this ain't going to happen, right? You know this, that 50 people. And he'll send people closest to you as well. 50 plus people. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. That's why a lot of you ain't continue with starting your business. You start it and you stop. Because you let the people that was close to you talk you out of it. But the strangers, you had 2 strangers. And you told 2 strangers. And them people believed in you more than the 50 plus people. Them 2 people sound like 100 people. But you let the 50 individuals that you seen talk you out of what God really calls you to do. Yeah. You know why? Because you're not declaring these psalms over your life. Just do it. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Lord, I thank you. Simple as that. Last one, Psalm 103. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Verse 2, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. When you bless the Lord, you got benefits, y'all. You accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you instantly got benefits. Doors open for you that is unfair for other people. It's called favor. You get benefits. It's in the scripture. Verse 3, who also forgives all your iniquities. That means the sin that you're struggling with. He forgives all of that. He give you benefits and he forgive your iniquities. Who heals all your diseases, your diseased mind when it comes to finances. He heals that. And who redeems your life from destruction. That old life you used to live with money, he's redeeming it because you were really destructing. You were dying. Your life was breaking up into millions of pieces. And then after you do that, after he redeemed you, he's going to crown you, verse 4, with loving kindness and tender mercies. Who satisfies your mouth with good things. He's going to give you good words to speak. and so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. Psalms 103, Psalms 34, Psalms 23. That's all you got to do. That is it. That is all you have to do. That's it. Declare those Psalms over your life. Literally, read, save them to your phone, screenshot, whatever you got to do. When you wake up in the morning, declare them over your life. I declare Psalms 23. Read it. I declare Psalms 34. Read it. I declare Psalms 103. Read it. That's all you got to do. Every day, before you go to bed, do it. And watch what'll start happening. Watch what'll start happening. People around you get exposed. You'll start getting more revelation about things. You start having more dreams. You're like, God will really open up the spirit realm to you because you're following the principle. Declare those things over your life. Declare them. Number 3, maintain what you obtain. When God give you some money, it's not about the money. Because you're going to always get money. Money comes and money goes. But when you get it, how are you maintaining it? How? You tithe, you save, you invest, and you manage it. That's it. Number 1, you tithe, give you 10% off. But that's too much. You didn't even have no money. You can't give 10 and live off the 90. You had nothing. Your first, I don't care if you got money left over and your next check gonna come in a couple of days. You better get that 10 up. Give it up. And it's not a thing say, well, I'm gonna give it so I can get more money. No, it's just a principle. Just give it up. Give up the 10. Don't worry about it. Just give it up. Have it set on auto drive to wherever you sown it to, whatever local church you have. Give it to the church. Don't worry about it. Well, the pastor, you're overthinking it. You're not thinking in love. You're holding records of wrong. Don't worry about all of that. That's not your duty. Let God handle that. Give up your 10. Give up your 10. You had zero money at one point. How dare you try to take God 10? And that's all he asking for is 10. Give it up. I don't care if you get $10, give $1. You get 40, give 4. You get 400, give up 40. That's all you have to do. You get $40, give $4, and that's it. Like, it don't matter what it is. Give up your 10. God sees that. And here's the deal. It's not about the percentage. It's the heart behind it. It's really the heart behind it. That's why you can give $4, but the person can give 4,000, and God will increase you more than them. Because they thought because I gave more, I'm supposed to get more back. That's not how God works. God is not an investment for you. Tithing is not an investment strategy for you. That's not how it works. It's a principle that works in the spirit realm that also reflects in the natural. And you got to be a part of it. You have to. So save, tithe, save, invest, manage. You tithe. After that, you manage it, which means you pay your bills. After you pay your bills, you save money. And after you save your money, you invest and do whatever you got to do with it. You spend, buy, whatever. But you have to do it in that order. That's how you manage it, right? You tithe, then you pay your bills. After you pay your bills, you save, and then you live after that. That's how you do it. Number 4, the most important thing, your words. Your words are everything. How you speak when you don't have it reflects how you're going to respond when you do have it. God knows your heart, man. You have to be very, very mindful on how you speak when you don't have money. Trust me, you got to be very, very mindful. Please, if you don't understand or believe anything I'm saying tonight, believe this. How you speak about your money when you don't have it reflects how much God will increase you when you do have it. I'm telling you. God will literally, you could be on your face praying all day, Lord, I got these bills up. But God's like, I already know what you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is figure out what bill you're going to pay the moment that money hits your account. You ain't even think about tithing it. You thought of that as a last option. Your first option is to think about me. God's like, what if I don't want you to tithe 10%? I could want you to do something else with it. But you never even considered asking the person that gave you the money? Are you serious right now? That's because of the way you speak. You cannot speak ill will about your finances but expect God to increase it. You can't. You can't do it. He is looking at that. Your words have power. You got to speak life in reference to your finances. You cannot speak death. You can't. When you speak death, you speak devil. When you speak death, you speak devil. You can't speak it because the enemy wants you to speak it. He wants you to speak it, but all you have to do when it comes to finances is literally think about 1 Corinthians chapter 13. That's all you have to do. You do that, it's going to change for you instantly. Declare those Psalms over your finances, over your life, and it's going to change. It's literally going to change. Literally going to change. It's going to change. It has no reason not to, because God is a God of principle. You follow His principles, He's going to do it for you. And you can't manipulate the Lord at all. He sees everything concerning you financially. He sees it all, how you move it all, whatever. Consider the Lord on everything. Ask Him, okay, Lord, I got this money. What should I do? Don't go to the Lord and say, Lord, I got this money, but I got this bill to pay. No. What do you want me to do with this money? How do you want me to manage it? How do you want me to push it out? Do you want me to save this money? But I got this bill. Lord said, I don't care. I want you to save it. I want you to save it now because I'm going to double it, and then you're going to pay 2 months in advance already on this bill. But you're also going to take the rest of it, you're going to put it towards something else. But if I trust you, but the Bible says you got to learn how to be trust over little so He can increase you with much more, right? So He trusts you with the little things, so now He can really trust you with the big things. I trust you with $4,000. I need to trust you with 40,000. The money should make a difference. You should make the difference. That's it. That's it. Like, He will make you the master of many, right? So because you manage the little, that's all you have to do. It's a hard thing, and He sees all of that. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. This is a really, really good time. I appreciate it. Share the video. Make sure you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button right there. Make sure you do so as well. Click the like button. Comment as well. Let us know what you think. But this Wednesday Bible study, we're going back to the book of Nehemiah. Make sure you tune in at 8:30. And Friday, Real Talk Fridays, RTF. And then we're going to keep going. And thank y'all so much for sharing the clips and the reels. It really helps like no other. We're reaching people in Jamaica now. We got people in the UK. We got people in London watching this. It's so phenomenal, man. God is really doing what He's doing. So shout out to everyone all over in different countries that are viewing us as well. But more importantly, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is Holy Stream Volume 3. It's your favorite, I'm being that, Ben back at it again, and we'll see you next time. Peace.